Okay, I had to... They started like immediately, so I had to like get their names in everything really fast. But we have Ragnarok Loki, we have UCOW Galaxy coming up on deck here for some FACEIT action, and we're going straight into it because these guys were not playing around. Now, UCOW Galaxy already having that nice port control. You can see their composition is comprised of the Hazard, Kiri, Lucio. We have the Genji and the Freya as well. And on the other side of things, a little more traditional, we have from, of course, Ragnarok Loki, we have the Winston, Sojourn, Genji, Kiri, Lucio lineup here as well. Now, already you can already see that that UCOW Galaxy already has point control, and they're going in for a dive against, of course, Vivian, the Winston. Now, I want to look over at JoJo, see like what their POV is, which is going to be looking over at this Lucio. This Freya on this high ground is going to be a really big problem for Ragnarok Loki, because already the pressure that Freya gives when you don't have her banned is monumental. Now there's a dive coming in, she easily get out and also help find a sort of a trade-off between Strata and YDerf. Fight still ongoing for Ragnarok Loki, as we are seeing the Lucio come in, helping out with this team fight as much as they possibly can from Creo Dario. But look at the pressure. We're seeing everyone pretty much be pushed away from this objective. It goes in favor of Ragnarok Loki, and they're also going to get some connecting kills at the same time, and maybe even a slight stagger onto this Kiriko. No, Anoli gets out there by the skin of their teeth. Now, please forgive me because I don't observe very often, but I'll be doing my absolute best here. Fight walks over here. Well, Fight is even starting off over here. We have a couple ultimates. We do have the sound barrier and the continue rush. So I do want to see this rush go completely wide, which we're going to be seeing not just from Ragnarok Loki, but actually not going to see a reversal either. We're going to be seeing the barrier come in from Lightning, but it's not going to be enough. Already losing 2 during that entire exchange, and Strata no worse for wear either. Vivian looking very, very low here. Good Suzu from Aqua keeps our tank up and active during this engagement, and also getting, again, another slight stagger onto Simoy. Alright, once again, we're going to go back into observing. Going to do my absolute best here. Kind of waiting for Simoy to come up. As you can see, all the way back there is Simoy, but they're going to be coming into Downpour, and we also have another continue rush from Anoli, so the fight can absolutely happen. But I do want to see if Seraphim is going to be using this Dragon Blade, which they absolutely are in the backline. Suzu already utilized by Anoli. Downpour also expended, but we go straight against JoJo, and ideally get Lightning after, but being so low on HP, the fight coming out early on this fight between Nightwing and Seraphim. But there is another reversal coming in from YDerf. Is it going to be enough, however? Will it be a little bit too late? The Kiriko is super low, but then you get called out by Vivian on this Winston, and Simoy having been in the Downpour, but unfortunately not able to find that reversal. So Ragnarok Loki continue to have this in their advantage as you see the overclock being popped out by Strata. Oh, and Unknown came and get the advantage of that Kitsu either. Overtime has been activated here. Simoy comes back on the ball. Big pummel. Shields already expended and has to roll away while YDerf can't come in and assist their tank. Gets the mini pack, comes in for a little bit of a recontest. The trace from JoJo also coming in. I kind of want to see the Sojourn perspective here as we see the fight is only ongoing in favor of Ragnarok. It's just a stagger fight after stagger fight after stagger fight. And that's going to be the first round going over to Ragnarok Loki. Okay, I can finally put in the ban. It's like a whole process for me to put in bans, but give me 2 seconds to do that for you guys. Bans were Malga and Juno. I don't know from whom, unfortunately. FACEIT doesn't really tell me that, but I will just put Malga and Juno on the hero ban list here. It may not be accurate to whoever it is, but you'll know the bands at least. And Juno. Now we can have the hero bands showing. Look at that. Oh my god. Guys, I'm learning how to do stuff. I've never actually done a lot of production like this. So it's really, really cool. Otherwise, going into round 2, it's going to be a fun time. You're doing amazing. Thank you. Doing my absolute best here. Now going into City Center, Vivian no longer in the fight. Just kind of went too far deep, and the rest of the team wasn't there to follow up, unfortunately. So it really is just up to the rest of UCOW Galaxy to not only push them all the way back, but also take this objective first. And I like that Seymour is taking up all this space. I think this map does wonders for Hazard over Winston. Winston's a little bit more traditional on this map, but I don't know, just something about Hazard and being on the city center just is so good. Look at the ability to just traverse from left to right is so good. All that pressure being put onto the side of Ragnarok Loki. They're struggling a little bit to break open this defense, but we are going to be seeing Seraphith come in onto the high ground and being taken over by Ragnarok Loki. Fight is happening, so I do want to go into a little bit of a overview here. Watch our Freya and go all the way down here. Fight happening on city center. It's going to be Seraph Coney going down first. And I'm seeing this Lucio from Creo try their best to contest, but unfortunately the fight goes by the way of UCOW Galaxy, giving them an extra 40% advantage here as well. I mean, they're doing fantastic, I have to say. And if we get this pick up to Aqua, it's even better, but they teleport to spawn, and they're safe for another day. Lightning does have, of course, a sound barrier, so I do want to say they're going to use it. Aqua also coming up on that Kitsu Rush, which I do want to see how they're going to break through, because that is usually one of the best ways to open up a team fight, especially on something like City Center, where you can just kind of open up right here in this nice long alleyway and get some opening picks here. Aqua waiting a little bit, hasn't gotten the Kitsu Rush quite yet, but you're seeing a little bit of poke coming from Strata. Here's the Kitsu Rush, an off angle coming in from Strata. Everyone's backing up. Jojo getting really low. Seymour also looking a little bit worse for wear, forced to stabilize and to see the point. Sound barrier comes in. Here's the overclock from Strata, though. And there comes a reversal sound barrier from Creo. Is it going to be enough? Wyderf does have the Dragon Blade. And after that sound barrier goes down, that's going to be a Kitsu Rush into Blade. Deflect comes in. Strata gets completely called out by the wall. No Suzu, but Downpour doesn't find its mark either. Primal is being activated, of course, by VN to keep this point alive as long as possible for Ragnarok Loki. If we can get this Freya, it's even better, and they absolutely do. Wonderfully done from our defenders here. As now, again, UCOW Galaxy has to back up and regroup as a team. They haven't lost too much, though, 75% to 41%, and they expended the sound barrier. That's really good, at least for UCOW Galaxy, but they have nothing going into this fight. They already used the Bola Shot, they used the Dragon Blade, they just used a Downpour, and they used a Kitsu Rush in that fight, and there is nothing more they could really do. And Seraph still has his Blade, which if we're gonna go in early, I definitely would here. The Genji, Lucio, triple split. Here comes the Dragon Blade. Tries to find one. Be careful of the cars, buddy. Please don't get run over, become roadkill. Beautiful leave away from Creo, kind of wasting the Dragon Blade's effectiveness, and also getting a double mirror trade-off of the Genjis. Simoy also going down for the count. Now we have a lap in percentage in favor of Ragnarok Loki. Suddenly, when UCOW Galaxy doesn't have that advantage, they really struggle to break open and come back. Touch will have to be made, of course, by Lightning. But they gotta get to this Kitsu Rush from Aqua first. Going in around the right side of the objective. I'm gonna go over to Samoy's POV here, as they are the first one on the objective, but there's no assist. Forced to use the wall on themselves to block everyone off. And now, can they even enter the scene? They really can't. Mini pack avoided by Unoli. VN gonna be the one to end both of them at the exact same time, getting a nice 3K under their belt. And with overtime now activated and slowly ticking down, this is gonna be an insane team win, or team kill in favor of Ragnarok Loki, giving them a 1 point advantage over over UCOW Galaxy. Very nicely done from both teams, I will say. It's just a matter of the fact that UCOW Galaxy, when they had that point, they were fantastic. But I think they got too scared of the, I think it was a Dragon Blade or an Overclock that was from Ragnarok Loki that forced them really far back from the point. Oh, those are not my drops, Nightbot. Nightbot, that's not my drops. Did I change this? Mario late for proof. Alice Scrim. What Scrim? Yo, don't play him like that. Noel. Please don't play him like that. Don't scare me like that ever again. Okay, as the next comes up, I'm gonna change this to 1. I'm gonna remove the hero bands, and we're gonna wait for our next round for these guys. They're voting and everything, lineup being finalized, all that jazz. Nightbot, this is incorrect information. Yes, bring me back. Oh. Oh my god. I didn't see the chat.
Welcome to Circuit Royale. Initiating match.
They're so nice. Okay. Nightbot, this is not a real command anymore. Hold on, let me fix that real fast. We have a little bit of time. Beautiful. We are going to remove this one, and we should be all good. Okay, Nightbot, there is no Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals drops today. It's all Overwatch. Stop playing with me. Can we try on? Yep, we're on delay. Okay. Oh, I remember to put it on delay. It'd be really bad if I did not remember to put on delay. Oof. Okay. So round one going over by the way of Ragnarok Loki. I make sure I have these on the right side again. Yes, they're on the right side. They're all good to go.
Open my heart and believe.
I love Juno. Genuinely. But here we're gonna see Simoy on the Ramatra going into a Ramatra mirror here actually. See, I mean Circuit Royale, interestingly enough, we do have the Freya once more, but we're also seeing a more traditional brawl from Ragnarok Loki as their defense side. So it's gonna be really interesting to see exactly what they're cooking, because typically on Circuit you want to play poke, which is what we're seeing from UCOW Galaxy, but Ragnarok Loki, they want to just go straight in and hold them at this corner, and I'm not sure if that's going to work because this poke, well, me when I lie, Wider first one to go down, unfortunately, for the side of UCOW Galaxy, but the fight is still ongoing. They back up to the corner, take this poke face again, try to really drain out their resources. Nemesis form expended from both Ramatras as, again, they're waiting for their Genji to come back. Now over on the Ashe instead, Vian on the other side of things. On this corner, placing the shield, using excellent cooldown management, waiting for that Nemesis form to come back online. And I think what I really need to see is just an opening pick from either Wider or JoJo, which we are going to be seeing from the side of JoJo, getting a beautiful, beautiful pick onto Aqua. One of the most important picks being that flex support. Really, that flex support, there's nothing else you can really do as a team. You're forced to really back up. But Strata, wow, finds a beautiful opening once more. And I want to actually go over to Wider here, as they were able to find a pick onto Strata as well. Point is gonna be, or sorry, Cart is gonna be moving, cruising along to the second objective. They should have a last minute contest that they really want to, which is gonna be done by Seraph Coney, and also the Amplification Matrix from Aqua might be massive, as we do see Samoy is gonna be a little bit of a victim of that aforementioned Amplification Matrix, and now we are walking Nemesis form online, Sound Barrier online, Strata has overclock. You know, this is gonna be an insanely tight fight here. Oh, guys, I trolled. I didn't put the hero bands again. Oh, my goodness. I'll do it right now, really quickly. I still have the stream right now. So, bands were Widowmaker and Zenyatta. Interesting. I mean, I get it. You don't play against Widowmaker. You don't play against Zenyatta. If you're playing Ramatra, at least. Big pick onto JoJo. So, I want to see if there's going to be a Nemesis fight here. Oh, no, my poor Baptiste. I've been there, buddy. The Bob. Oh, I got to see this. Can we see the double annihilation coming in from both Ramatras? One depleting faster than the other one. Oh, not double, excuse me, just from Vian. Now here is a reversal from Simoy, and it's gonna be massive. Look at this. They're pushing in. They have the Vortex out. They get the shields on top of that, I believe. No, they're not yet, but that was massive. Absolutely fat annihilation coming in from Simoy. And this cart, with that one fight, they're going to be pushing up and capping with a 3.5 minute time bank to push to point C, or point B, excuse me. And pushing up, I mean, they are pushed up, everybody. They're going up. They're in this corner. They are already in Nemesis form. There is going to be the Blizzard from Sarah. Lamp can be utilized here, but the good wall blocks it off. But there is an orbital ray. We did double ult here from Lightning and Unoli, or Unoli. Is it a little bit too late as Strata expands the overclock? We're also seeing JoJo pretty much get out of there. Same thing with Wyderf. So really one really well-timed team fight. And even better, a slight stagger onto JoJo is all we needed. Now, can we get this little bit of a pick onto Unoli as well? Maybe. Both supporters coming to pit for one another. Fight still ongoing, but Wyderf, I mean, man, absolutely phenomenal. Oh, not me trolling. Let's go over to this aerial view because I love this view of Circuit. You can see that really the fight, the most of the fight's gonna happen right here, right now. I don't have a controller, sorry guys. We have the annihilation, it happens to the best of us. The Wyderf once again popping off with the Ashe. Now they have to respect this amplification matrix, but once it depletes, I mean, they're gonna continue this onslaught. Bob on the field here, looking over at Lucio, who's a little bit too far in. Can they get the picks? They absolutely do. VN all by themselves in the Omnic form. Now goes over to Nemesis form, holds a block as long as they possibly can. But again, the pressure from that Bob was immaculate. Looking over to Simoy, they're already pushing up. Wow. You can kind of see where we're setting up for this next engagement. We're up here. Oh, yeah. And they're all in this little corner, which is so good to maintain this space. They're peeking corners. They're trying to get an opening pick, or at least bring out resources, was the whole point of this poke composition. Oh, they're rotating. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, they are rotating to meet them at the pool. Almost gets booped off. Thankfully, Tank Passage comes in clutch. Good immortality field, but gets broken almost immediately. Also, the wall blocks out Samoy from the team for a second. Both lamps have been expended, but here is going to be the sound barrier from Criollo, which means that they're going to be going into his backline and doing some Lucio shenanigans, but can't do it for very long. Gets called up by Wyderf on this Ashe over and over and over again. Only gonna get pressured out, but we were not looking at this maid that was coming in to flank on top of us. Now, reversal. They're on the high ground. Ice already expended really early on. Here's a bola shot from JoJo. Will it be enough? Can't find its mark, but mind you, this point is still moving, at least until it cannot. No Seraph either to be seen. Strata and VN both have Nemesis to both have their ultimates. I want to see this Nemesis, this Annihilation go crazy. There's gonna be a double Annihilation on the field here, but the overclock in the backline working wonders from Strata. Speaking of, everyone's kind of falling victim to everything. Oh my goodness. Wait. Okay, Bob. Strata on the Tracer, but not for very long, unfortunately. But I will say, Ragnarok Loki, they did a great job of just kind of wasting time. A minute 46 is still a good amount, a good chunk of time you see on circuit, but it really easily could have been 2-3 minutes. You know, it could have been so much worse. So I think they did put up a really good fight. Otherwise, I just think the brawl maybe struggles into the poke, especially on circuit. But you know, they're open. I'm a humble plat diamond player. I'm just a humble plat diamond player. But they are doing amazing. Both teams absolutely doing fantastic so far. I wonder what Ragnarok Loki are going to be doing on their attack phase. I mean, will they go brawl again? I think it's a bit easier on the, at least when you're attacking, because you can really rush the defense and push through a lot of the what makes them so sturdy. So you can kind of really see a little bit of a hint, I guess, to what they might be playing here. Now, I do want to put the bands on, because I know that it's like, where are the bands? It was Widowmaker and Zenyatta. Again, I'm not sure exactly who band who. FACEIT loves to troll me, but I will at least get the characters on board for you guys. We got Widowmaker. And we have Zenyatta. Let's change that right now for you guys. We have access to it. And now I can unhide this. Beautiful. All right, back in here. Okay. Looks like we're playing the Juno Brig this time on defense. Same thing with the Ashe and the Freya. Ragnarok Loki did swap a little bit here. They're going for still the Bap Lucio, but it's gonna be the Cassidy and the Genji. Widurf once again. I gotta peep Widurf. They're consistently getting these really strong opening picks over and over and over again. That must be studied. And they can't. Ragnarok Loki really can't peek without either JoJo right in their face or Widurf. So speaking of, looking at JoJo having this fight up against Vian. And, of course, Seraph, who's also found some life on the Genji here. But Strata gonna be completely poked out, exploded on as well. But we do get a trade-off, so there's no tank. So that's gonna be a big opening for Ragnarok Loki. Just kind of push throughout this corner and really give a lot of space to this payload as it now goes around the second corner of Circuit Royale. Tank is coming back here. Speaking of ult economy, I mean, that's going to be the bola shot coming in. Going to be hitting the corner of the barricade there as Samoy comes back into the fight. So bola shot, not going to get too much of that value we're looking for. However, Aqua coming up on the Amplification Matrix. We also have JoJo going down quickly. Wow, Strata and the Cassidy must be studied. Bob is going to be, has to be used here for sure. Okay, we might have lost Creo, but we did get rid of the Bob. We also got rid of Samoy at the same time, so... And we capped! Oh, no, we didn't. We have a quarter of a meter left to cap here. Will it be enough? You know, will they be able to win this team fight fast enough? Well, I mean, when you have the Annihilation in the back pocket, usually, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a fight win and a half under Ragnarok Loki's belt. Oh, no, unknowingly get out of there, bestie. You can get out of there, right? Yes, absolutely can. Okay, so 4 minutes in the time bank here to go all the way to second point. I'm gonna kind of zoom out and see the fight. Sorry, I forgot the control to go up, but we'll learn it. High noon might be enough. Big orbital ray comes through, and the torpedoes. Lamp also expended, but Vian not looking good. Definitely looking good. Everyone has to back up. Oh, wow. And they can get some staggers too, can they? Maybe on Aqua? Oh my goodness. Wait, this is horrible. Oh, they're pushing! Mind you, the spawn's right there, so they gotta back up almost immediately. But very clean fight, I must say. That was just very smart. They walked in with the orbital ray, got the torpedoes off, which gave them a lot of extra damage. It was just very, very well-rounded from UCOW Galaxy, which really does put a stop in the momentum for Ragnarok Loki. And, I mean, if you're going to put a stop in momentum any other way, it's going to be getting these opening picks again from Widurf. I mean, must be studied. This is an absolutely fantastic series so far. Ooh. Hydrate. If we can get this, if we can get this Ramatra as well, and Omnic form, that's even better. Okay. Bob once again online. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bob be used, but here comes the Dragon Blade combined with the Bob, combined with the Amplification Matrix. It's just Shylef against this annihilating Ramatra, and we still get the pick. Wow. That was an expensive fight, though. That was kind of expensive. I only say that because we used both the Amplification Matrix and the Dragon Blade. And on the other side of things, you know, Galaxy, they had to use the Annihilation as well to sustain through that fight, because otherwise it would have been absolutely massive for Seraph. Now, I want to see his High Noon, and it does get one. Pow! Another out of the fight. Widurf, no worse for wear. Oh, wow. Wait, just like that, momentum shifted immediately for Ragnarok Loki. Who would have thought? Now Vian. I think we're fine. Might have been slight overkill, but better to make sure you win the fight and they don't contest than you not using it at all, right? So that is a-okay. And anyway, they don't have Annihilation either, so they're gonna be relatively even on ult charge by about 20%. We're pushing up, leaving our Lucio on the objective, and this, oh my goodness. Oh, bestie. Oh, we survive. Okay. I'm about to say, that's another big pick for JoJo. Will they use bullet shot here? I wouldn't be surprised they use it right on this high ground here, or even on the Lucy on the cart. But no, they're gonna go back, go over towards the low ground of the pool area. Strata not gonna be in the fight any longer, but there comes Seraph, who needs to get out as soon as they were trying to go in. High ground is gonna be controlled a little bit by actually the attackers, funnily enough. Criodero, unfortunately, Crioderio on the cart by themselves, gonna be called out by Jojo, so that speed boost, that rush factor of this composition is now no longer to be seen. Okay. I just want to watch for a little bit, see how that fight was going to go on. I think it was definitely just going to be a nice wrap-up and a little bow for UCOW Galaxy. Regain this high ground, regain this positioning and space taking. White Derp has to back up, but we're charging of this this orbital ray, so it's a-okay. Which, speaking of orbital ray, I do want to see it be expended here. And I think right here might actually be a good time for it. It's like going to be a really close range amplification matrix. Oh, I want to see that. Ooh. It's massive, I think. Oh my goodness. We get a trade-off with the Juno for the Genji. We also see the sound barrier from Corridero. So, Bob has to be used here. Samoy going to be also utilizing the Annihilation. And that's just going to be enough to win the fight. This Bob has been a problem. A problem since day one so far. Absolutely fantastic Bobs. It keeps disrupting Ragnarok Loki. They haven't really found an answer for it besides using the amplification matrix to burn the Bob. But otherwise, it has really just been a good way to end fights if it's getting a little bit too out of control with ult usage. Now, Shadow goes over to the Soldier, which I think is very interesting. We're going to be being on this high ground, and we're going to go for a Suffer as I have, and it's not going to work because Unholy comes in clutch with this Orbital Ray to help sustain the fight. Even though we did lose one, it is a-okay. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Van couldn't do anything. Okay, Kruder, finally, you know, we decided, okay, Lucy's not working anymore. We can't rush onto them. They keep out-sustaining us. Let's try the Kiriko. Had that Suzu online. Had that extra survivability with the Swift Step online as well. Strata has Visor, so I do want to watch them for a little bit and see exactly how they're going to be using this in tandem with the rest of their teammates. I want to see him drop to this low ground on the right side. Oh, hello? Oh, Lamb just gets in the way of everything, and there's no PO, but maybe Strata can get a pick. I mean, we do want to see Moy. This clears the way for this overtime fight to happen, ideally in favor of Ragnarok Loki to bring us over to round 3 and 4. But we need to use this this Visor only because they don't have anything else. They have nothing to negate it, and we're going to pull it out right here, right now. Gonna be the first victim. Not actually going to be Unholy as they are able to get up, but Samoy catches Strata with that Vortex and limits those movements. Limits the legs. The end, the only one in there trying their best to stay alive. Suzu having been expended. Criodero, 75% to a continued rush, but isn't going to be enough as our Vermatra is in the middle of a fight against a Nemesis and against Annihilation, and it's not going to be enough. UCOW Galaxy take it, and we're going over to a game 3. Well, we were going to go over to game 3, but you know what I mean. Let's go over to our score. Oh wait, you know what's funny? That's so funny. I forget that I have my thing on. There we go. Now if I put this up, you can see it, right? Why can't I see it? There we go. That's why I had to turn on. I got it now. Sorry again. Everything came out very like crazy, so I'm still trying to figure this out. But that's gonna be a 1-1 score line so far for our players. Score be a 1. Beautiful. It was just like never updates. That's so funny. Okay. And as I'm gonna go over to the FACEIT website and keep this time, guys, I'm gonna keep track of the bans. Okay, I promise you. This time we're gonna see a Freya ban. I think from Ragnarok Loki. So let's get that Freya in there. I don't have a Freya. Guys, I don't have a Freya. I don't have a Freya picture. She didn't exist before I got these AVs. This is so sad. So I'm not gonna have Freya, so I'm gonna ignore that. But it's gonna be Freya. A second ban coming in will be onto the Orisa. Yes, accept me into that lobby, of course. We're gonna put that Orisa at least. I will get a Freya. I knew I was missing a character. I didn't know which one I was missing, but that makes sense. I am missing Freya. And now you can see bans. I will put at least.
Initiating match.
I'm gonna put a little text box that says we banned Freya. That's my bad. I'll update that for next time for playoffs. I promise. Let's add a really quick text scene. And that should be. Why is it so small? Why is it so big? Can this game, like, can this relax? This is humongous. What is wrong? Let me just fix this really fast.
Five, four, three, two, one. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
All good. Regardless, we're gonna be seeing some different comps. The Malga is back online, which is interesting. We're actually seeing the Malga here. I can't lie, but I'm always a fan of Malga personally. I think he's. Why is it that humongous? Hold on. This is crazy.
Objective unlocked.
I can't get the. I'm sorry, guys. It's not working. But first fight happening. VN already down for the count on the Malga of all things here. So very interesting to see the Malga pick here. We did see the Malga get banned earlier in game 1. So I wonder if that's like VN's favorite character to play. And now as we go over to the Runasapi, I think Malga does pretty well on here. But this Ramatra comp from UCOW has been so consistent. Oh, the names are swapped. I'll fix that right now, guys. Don't even worry about it. And there. All fixed. Shadow going really low, however. 40 mirrors are already in favor of UCOW Galaxy. I mean, this is insane. And Vienna already goes over to the Hazard, which we had. We seen Hazard a little bit earlier on Oasis. We look at the same value, you know? Okay, we did lose Seraph, but this fight is still ongoing, is what I would say. White comes in with a really fast Dragon Blade, gets at least one, which is A-okay, because that's all the value you really need. They're going to get the checkpoint really fast. However, I'm a firm believer, alright, hear me out. I'm a firm believer that Runasapi is one of those maps where you can get almost all the way to the end. You can get 120 meters on the board here in the first 2 minutes, which we're getting to right now. But the reversal rate of this map must be studied. You lose Jojo almost immediately. But we're going to be committing with a continued rush from both of the sides here. Comes a really big annihilation. But Samoy's gone. Soundbear also being expanded as well. White Earth's the only one left. Dashes away to safety. Anoli's still there with both supports. It's a good spot, actually. Okay, Observer. Okay, me. Anoli still by themselves, but unfortunately, just kind of going to get staggered out as the rest of the fight goes by the way of Ragnarok Loki. They're finally going to get some meters on the board here, but 69 meters, nice to only 5 and counting. It's going to be a little bit difficult to deal with, but at least in the same vein, you're only going to be dealing with the opposing side's overclock, whereas if you're Ragnarok Loki, you have the downpour. You also have the overclock as well. So you can mirror that overclock. You're coming up on Sarah's Dragon Blade. So this fight, ideally, should go by the way of Ragnarok Loki on paper. Now, that is if we make sure we keep all of our heads. Now, speaking of overclock, we're using that immediately. After the rail shot to Jojo and the subsequent dive from Vian, Jojo is not living and neither is Anoli. Yeah, you might have traded off, but this fight is still going in favor of the attackers here. I would say attackers, but of UCOW Galaxy, not of Ragnarok Loki. Wow.
What am I missing?
No, bestie. Okay, a lot of unfortunate trades, but Vian's gonna continue to push this as much as possible. Give me a little bit of a water break. Always important to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It was okay, right? Yeah, 1-1. Okay, good. We are all good. Downpour is ready for Vian, so this could put a bit of a wrench into the plans of UCOW Galaxy to this Downpour, which we're going to be seeing onto JoJo. And I mean, Wydrift comes into the Dragon Blade, unfortunately losing one. I'm not Wydrift, sorry. Sarah comes in with the Dragon Blade, does find one, but now Wydrift comes in with the reversal one of their own, goes over to Aqua, but Aqua! Oh! You keep the dream alive for all critical players out there. That was beautiful. Good shutdown from Aqua and Lightning, getting the reversal of that same trade-off. And Lightning actually getting a 2K by themselves. Okay. Yeah, just can't fight. Has to back up with their Sojourn, waiting for Unholy to come back. Unholy, unfortunately, kind of being the last one of the fall means that they have to wait for them to come back. But we stayed a little bit too long, I feel like, for Ragnarok Loki. So that allows UCOW Galaxy to regain this bot, get the teleport, get their Kiriko back, and really push up again. That's Aqua's Kitsune Rush. Unholy chooses not to mirror it. I feel like Aqua's Rush was a little bit too far back. So when we see this one from Unholy, that's going downwards towards an advantage state for UCOW Galaxy, which forces another really, first of all, amazing kite from UCOW. Here comes another re-engagement with the sound barrier. A reversal one coming back from Lightning. And that is going to be Craigedio. I think just kind of got stuck in the corner and could not, for a life of them, get out of there, and then just kind of gets pelted by the rest of the team looking right at them. Oh no, my goat Lightning, down and down. Down for the count. This next fight is gonna be really messy, I will say. Like, I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm in here now. Oh, there's a Genji 1v1 happening in here. Oh no, get out. Oh, okay, we're good, we're good. This fight is gonna be crazy. Big Suzu comes in. You can kind of see some Moi was pushed up. Vian's kind of called out by themselves, but does get their one. Does get their two. That's Seraph also going down, and now we're gonna see Annihilation just to finish everything off. A little cherry on top. Nicely done. There's some good comp practice. I actually understand what's going on. I'm doing a little co-stream with FACEIT, so our players can get VODs, they have commentary, they have everything during their FACEIT runs, because this is the week before playoffs. I'm having a lot of fun right now. But Simori needs to get out. Oh my god. Okay, Simori does get out by the skin of their teeth. Still sub 100 health. And then you get not downpour, but our Lucio stuck in there. And the overclocked Dragon Blade is going to be enough to clean up the fight. Aqua going to get slightly staggered. Not going to be able to find the wave respawn with Strata and Seraph. But this is going to be a really insane fight here. Let's go over to this and see how this is going to turn out. Look at this. Oh, we're actually fighting way closer. They actually opt out to back up and fight maybe on this corner. Maybe even the hill. Yeah. This hill, I'm going to say right now, this hill straight up is one of the best advantage states you can have it on Renasapi. See a dive coming in from Wydrift. Recall already expended from Strata. Aqua tries again with another Kitsune Rush. We are seeing everyone go straight in. Creo nearly gets out of the skin of their teeth. Wydrift really low here. Unholy also having their own Kitsune Rush, and they're going to be using it here on the central point of Renasapi. Puts a lot of pressure on VN. Simbi just can't get out fast enough. Strata also looking a little bit worse for wear here. I don't know. What can they possibly do? I mean, yo, Aqua keeps getting these like last trades that are so funny. It's like, yes, Kiriko. Thank you for covering Loki's. Of course, of course. Okay, I know. I tried. This is my first week or first time doing coaching for FACEIT, so I wanted to cover teams that I feel like I knew, or at least I know of, or like I know their players, or I've seen them before. Which is why I chose these two. Or I chose this one. I chose a second one, but it ended up in a forfeit, unfortunately. Oh wait, this Tracer, post bomb. No post bomb. We get Suzu out anyway. We lose Jojo. Go for M speed. We have the sound barrier though. I hear a Dragon Blade from Seraph. It's gonna be fat. It's gonna be massive. It is gonna help out a lot here for this advantage state that Ragnarok and Loki absolutely needed here. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's happening, guys. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Hold on. It's happening. I did say this one of those maps where you can get to 120 meters in your advantage and it will not matter. At the last like 3 minutes, we're at 35 seconds here. Ragnarok and Loki has 3 ultimates that they can use, and they have about, I would say, 4 or 5 fights to win here. They just now passed the checkpoint. Seraph, excuse me, I am so caught up in like Seraph that I need to look at the fight. Downpour is ready for Vian. This downpour could be monumental, but there is gonna be a Dragon Blade coming in first. Here's a sound barrier to negate it. Double sound barrier, in fact. Looking over this Lucio. Is it gonna be enough? No, Creo gets out with the skin of their teeth again. Aqua has the continuing rush on the floor, so that's gonna be a trade-off for the side of Ragnarok Loki and UCOW Galaxy. Oh, big teleport, but can we get Aqua? We absolutely do. Overtime fight is activated, and there's going to be an annihilation on the field here. And usually, you guys know that is going to be a fight win. If you have annihilation, you win the fight. Strata cannot contest any longer, and overtime ticks down. And we're going to be seeing UCOW Galaxy at a 2-1 so far. This is first to 3, so we have another game on our hands. But they are on match point, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful from both teams. I mean, Ragnarok Loki could have had it. They had 3 ultimates, but I think not being able to shut down the blade fast enough, I think really proved to be a little bit difficult to win those consecutive fights that they needed to win to overtake UCOW Galaxy. So again, just really well done from UCOW Galaxy to not lose their composure, not lose anything like that. So really well done. I'm gonna hide the scoreboard for a little bit because they keep swapping sides, so I'm gonna wait and see what the actual sides are. Let's go over to FACEIT so I can get that information ASAP. We're going to New Junk City, looks like. New Junk City can be picking and choosing their bands right now. If you see me looking over here, I have a monitor down here, which is my drawing tablet, which has a screen. This is really fun. It's very hectic doing everything. Producers, you have all of my respect. You always had, but now I just up here. This is crazy. They'll be choosing their bands. Looks like Ragnarok Loki are going to be banning the Ramatra here, which I do have a screen for. And also seeing UCOW Galaxy's turn to vote as well. And get the ban out of the way. Boom. And the other one, still taking their time to vote. That's A-okay. I mean, it's New Junk City, so you might want to ban, like... I think they already did a Freya ban. It might be like a... Maybe a Soj ban. I'll be okay with Soj ban. Or even, like, forcing a Curie ban and forcing, like, Geno Brig or something would also be really good. Oh, I missed the ban. Oh, thanks, FACEIT. It's okay. Lands being finalized once more. Yes, please. The last ban is going to be on a Tracer ban. So it was going to be DPS ban. Let's see which sides my teams are on. Looks like VN. Okay, same layout. Oh. Okay, we're good. So we're can say the same. Can say the same. Which means that this should be correct. No. UCOW banned second. They banned Tracer, I believe. And now scoreboards are correct. Yay! I got it right, guys. Oh, wait. This... Hold on. Okay. Scoreboard's correct. We got it. Oh, my goodness. It is a lot. This is a lot. Imagine we on New Junk City for our teams to lock in some compositions. Again, Ram band and Tracer band. So this kind of... I expected the Orisa to kind of come out once you see... Orisa's just very strong right now. I cannot lie. Let me make sure I got everything. Yes. Got everything correct. Yep. We're all good to go. I can't wait. I don't know. I just can't wait. I learned the other day what the other command was to like lower it, and I forgot it. Oh, I forgot I have scoreboard, guys. Oh my god, I forgot we had that now. I quite literally forgot what the command was to like go lower. Oh, it was Q and E, guys. I figured it out. Wait, we just upgraded the game. Holy. Oh, there goes Dario, no! That's one down already. This fight on Arena is one of the... I think it's one of the hardest to do because you're confined to this really small space. Hello? We lost Samoy? Wait, this fight could absolutely go out the way of Ragnarok right now. Oh my goodness, wait. I mean, Galaxy's gonna get the point first, but... Wait, okay, I'm gonna say someone gotta take care of White Earth. Oh, shut back on Cassidy. We're eating tonight. We're eating real good tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I know, that's right. So I think the biggest problem there, unfortunately, was just that Samoy got a little bit too far in and really just got output. I can't talk if they had cooldowns or not. They had gold form, they had spin. I'm not gonna talk about that, but I think just kind of got a little bit too overzealous after seeing that opening pick onto Cry video. Was just not gonna be enough. Or at least not that it wasn't enough. They got too overzealous. Wall behind Samoy right now, but there goes Wider trying to go on off angle, gets called out. Aqua does have the Continue Rush, but I'm not sure they need to really expend it quite yet. Oh no, we lost our hazard. Aqua forced to use the Continue Rush almost immediately here. And the fight still on goes. Beautiful. Oh, really, really good pickup from Ragnarok Loki. I know sometimes that if you lose your tank, it's really daunting to continue the fight and maybe get a trade-off, but they were already at a really high percentage, so I would have agreed with them continuing the fight. And only is using Suzu and both cooldowns already, so Strata coming in with this Deadeye. Deflect onto the Genji. Did they find anything? They're not. Wait. Ooh, only super low. Good pickup. Here comes the Dragon Blade, and it gets shut down completely. Right, Loki starting off a little bit rocky, but then they're just so good at finding a really imperative like reversal pick. For example, they lost VN really early, but then they were able to take out Samoy, so they just kind of walked in and walked down the DPS and supports of Galaxy, and they also are gonna be on the point first, gave them a really big advantage. We are seeing UCOW Galaxy having the Sound Barrier and, of course, Terror Surge ready. So I do want to see Samoy really walk in, bait out the Suzu, and then... Oh, and then uses Terror Surge. However, Sound Barrier can be expended really early by Lightning, as he should, in response to that downpour. And this fight goes by the way of UCOW Galaxy with relative ease, I must say. There goes Strata, and last one down. Point hasn't been unlocked yet, so... UCOW Galaxy is going to get this first, and they're going to also take up some of this space as well. I mean, looking back over here, looks like, yeah, this little area is really difficult to fight if you are Vivian. I keep saying Vivian, excuse me. Ooh, Continue Rush from Aqua gets negated by the Terror Surge. The High Noon happening from JoJo. Here's a Sound Barrier coming from Cryodero to maybe keep the fight alive even longer. But they are down. Seraph and Vian is taking a lot of pressure pretty much by themselves without anyone else to really offset that pressure with any angles or even just the Genji flanking. There's nothing there to help Vian get the pressure off of them. So again, UCOW Galaxy, they're going to be going in with a lot of this advantage state. They're going in really deep, 70%. You might as well kind of stuff them out as soon as you possibly, or as far as you can from the objective. Good spin, you jump in, no wall, no slash either. Forced to use the block, forced to use Suzu as well. Strata comes in with this High Noon, walking on Anoli, who was just lingering a little bit too long here. Wider finds a beautiful pick, however, back onto Strata. Overtime is going to be activated, but by the looks of that kill feed, it's going to be going by the way of UCOW Galaxy, bringing us to a 1-to-1 point differential points in New Junk City. Not differential, it's the same thing. 1-to-1 in New Junk City. Looks like we're going to the ducks. Did she change how she says that? I thought she said the ducks. Now she said ducks. I mean, we're going to be seeing our team over here get set up first, so I do want to go over to them and just kind of look over the objective for a second. The Ducks is always interesting to fight. I mean, you start on this little corner. You see the downpour coming in. Whoa, Vian. Walled off. Sound barrier used. Lightning. The lightning sound barrier has literally just been completely run down, but Widorf still comes in with the aggression. Dragon Blade against the Genji. Can't find the target, but is finished off by Samoy anyway. So big opening for the side of UCOW Galaxy. Can they continue it, however? Strata no longer in the fight. We gotta look at this Genji. We gotta take care of this Genji before he wipes our team. Not gonna be able to. Samoy still in the fight. And if you can't get rid of this Arisa, she is not going nowhere. Wow. Okay. I'm kind of shocked like that. The fight looked like it was gonna like go by the way of Ragnarok for a little bit there, only because Widorf wasn't really able to find too much value with the Dragon Blade. They were able to find a lot of HP, but not really any eliminations. And then suddenly, boom, Strata goes down first, then Seraph goes down. But we're coming in with an aggressive Consider Rush from Aqua here. Hopefully should be enough to Consider Rush. Unfortunately, I'm not Consider Rush. Suzu's gonna unfortunately not find his target, but we're still gonna be able to find 2 imperative picks here. But no rush means that this Surge can get nasty. Thankfully, LOSing it with that pillar in the middle was the right call for Ragnarok Loki to continue this absolute reversal and finally get a little bit of a breather. A little bit of the weight off their shoulders. Terror Surge being expended. They used the Deadeye a little bit earlier from JoJo. Widorf is not coming up on that Dragon Blade, so not going to be able to match Seraph. All they only have is the Continuing Rush from Anoli. Oh, not the fake out. We have Downpour, so this could be pretty good. Especially after we already used the Suzu really early, but I don't think we could really find an opening. Wait, Strata might be the GOAT. Oh my goodness. I wish I was specking. I wish I read it fast enough to watch that Deadeye. That was a 3K. For free? For free. I mean, they're not gonna be able to touch. Oh, we're actually going to see the Genji touch here. Lightning does have the sound barrier, so I wonder if they're going to go into the aggressive sound barrier or if they're going to maybe go next. No, they're going to be coming in for touch, but if they don't get this pick onto Vian, who's literally like has a sliver of health pool, this might not be doable. Especially because, I mean, again, Aqua and Strata have been a big problem. Aqua consistently getting these headshots and a lot of these one-off trades with Anoli. Strata, in general, a problem on Cassidy. They're just trying to match as best they possibly can, but I feel like Strata is just not being looked at as much. As weird as that may sound, I feel like, especially with a hyper mobile, kind of like a mobile comp that we're playing from Simoy with the Lucio, I feel like we should be collapsing onto Strata a little bit more. Same thing on the other end with Vian playing the Hazard, and we're playing a little bit of a dive with the Genji as well. Sorry, I'm yapping, but this next fight is ongoing. I knew from JoJo is gonna be fat. Reverse. Oh, no, Aqua gets really low and gets picked up by JoJo. Wonderful. I mean, you're down Kiriko. You have to back up, and they're going to do that. But Widorf is not going without taking at least one name for themselves. Okay, really nicely done. I can actually spec this part of the map because it's super nice and open. Is what I would say. They're over there in the small corner. Grrr. It's okay. It's all good. Okay, this next fight. Dragon Blade into Terror Surge, into Sound Barrier, only against a Kitsu. Now here it comes. Oh, that's just a beautiful combination. It's beautiful. Yup. Aqua uses the Continue Rush down main, right? Or down that small lane. That Terror Surge in that small area is massive. Massive value. And combining that with the Blade, I mean, you already have them all in one area. You only need is one dash and a slash, and you get the reset, you get a kill, and you continue it onwards. Now, here comes the Downpour. Big Suzu comes in, so not going to get much value out of it, unfortunately, for Vian. And even more so, not going to be in the fight. We do expand the... only does commit with the Kitsune Rush, however, which I feel like could have genuinely been a little bit avoided, but I mean, they're running in. They do not care. They want to get rid of this Lucio, get this to 2-2, and we're gonna go over to a round 0.5, round 5, a 5th area. It's been so back and forth though. They're so, I mean, open tier is open tier for a reason. They are crazy with it. I think we're gonna be seeing Ragnarok Loki get there first. So I want to see if this Deadeye's gonna be having insane value, especially on this point specifically. It is big open area, but you're forced walking through this really small choke. So we don't have spin, we don't have Suzu or anything. This Deadeye should do its job. Not if we're not the objective, however. I say all that. Here comes the Deadeye. Everyone's trying to hide. I don't see any sort of skulls here. So that Deadeye was just to make a lot of space happen for Ragnarok and take this point first. A big advantage. But then JoJo comes in, slides in with their own Deadeye, and can't find anything. However, this point, albeit by the way of Ragnarok, does have a couple of casualties happen. Yo? Wait, the wall was massive. Wait. I've never thought about just LOSing yourself with that wall. Wait, Samoy! Wait, Samoy might be the best to ever do it. Samoy might be the best to ever do it. Single-handedly stalling is type crazy. Wow. First of all, the confidence you have to walk into a Hazard and a Genji with Terror Surge when you're the only one on that team. I need that confidence in my ranked games. I could never. I am such a coward. I'm like, oh my god, everyone's dead. Aqua has... Whoa, we're on Reaper? Wait. We're making things up. Strata, you're cooking here. I hear the Casino Rush from Aqua. Ideally, I do want to be combined with something else, but I just don't think we're going to be able to see that as we're not going to be able to see the Downpour. We're not going to be able to see the Soundberry either. But here comes the Dragon Blade from Wider to ideally finish everyone off. We are going to be seeing the Soundberry in response to it, which kind of negates the Dragon Blade a little bit here and really does stall a lot of time for UCOW Galaxy. Point does inevitably go by the way of Ragnarok Loki, and they still have this Downpour, and Strata has already pretty much built up a Death Blossom. I could do this now, oh my god. They're so even! Oh my god, that's crazy. I mean, I knew that because they're 73 to 79%. It's 2-2 on Flashpoint. Like, Ragnarok Loki needs to win this, though, to bring us to a map 5. Comes Casino Rush. Oh my god. Wait, Vian dies! Wait, that's massive! We trade JoJo for Vian. Casino Rush gonna be helping with these cooldowns and with the speed. Here comes a Death Blossom. We see Lenny's Sound Barrier completely negate it. Oh my gosh. Wait, okay. Hold your horses. JoJo goes over to Sombra. Right, 80%. We have a touch here. They don't have to speed quite yet. They don't gotta rush. We have time. Lightning has speed boost. We can go in. Terror Surge. They have nothing for that besides Vian's walls. But I need to see this touch happen now. No Seraph though. Comes a Terror Surge from Samoy. Finds Creo. Finds Strata. It's just Vian. Can they make it? I don't think so. They recap. They're pushing them off the objective. And overtime goes down. And UCOW Galaxy takes it. 3-1 in the series. Oh my goodness. That was insane. Wonderfully done. Let's update the scoreboard really fast. Officially. Just going 3-1 in the series against Ragnarok Loki. Both teams did absolutely fantastic. It was a pleasure to commentate it, to co-stream it. It was a lot of fun. My first time. So I hope I did everyone well. I hope I did everyone proud. But that was crazy. Oh my god. Round 5 of Flashpoint. Going down to the wire like that. That was crazy. But otherwise, that's all I have for today. That was just the co-stream for FACEIT. I'll do a couple more of these, especially throughout the playoff season, which is coming up next week. So I'll be covering more of the North America side. I'm covering, I do all divisions, including Masters and everything. So I will be around doing this a lot more, and I'll get better as time goes on. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the players for letting me spectate, for letting me comment to you guys. You guys did absolutely amazing. Thank you to everyone who came and watched, supported, all that jazz. I'll be coming back next week and further for some more FACEIT action. Thank you, FACEIT, for the opportunity, and I'll see you guys later.